Hello, this is Jeff Bellinger here for another 2 Minute on Tuesday. Here we are in the middle of August, and maybe many of you got kids going back to school, some of you got kids going back to college, and today's more about an interesting article I ran across. It's something I realized or found out about 5 years ago when my son went away to college for the first time, and I thought it was just something good to pass on here today because some of you will have kids going to college, some of you have probably employees where kids are going to college, and what a lot of people don't realize is that once your child turns 18, if they have a medical emergency, it becomes very difficult without the proper paperwork for you to help them out. There's actually 3 pieces of paper that you need once your child turns 18 in order to help them out, especially if they become incapacitated and there's no way for them to communicate on their own. So I ran across this article which brought it to my attention again from Consumer Reports, so I'm going to include the article from Consumer Reports down below. But quickly, just to let you know, the 3 pieces of paperwork that you do need is a HIPAA authorization, which is more or less just a permission slip for the hospital to disclose or doctor to disclose anything that's going on, and that permission slip actually doesn't have to be all-encompassing. It could just be for true medical emergencies. It doesn't have to be notarized, so that's a simple one. The next one is power of attorney, a medical power of attorney. It goes by a lot of different names. It could be a living will, but that's again in case they're incapacitated once they're above 18, so that you can make decisions for them. Without that piece of paperwork, it's not going to be in your hands if there is a medical emergency. And then the last document which they recommend is just a durable power of attorney, again, so that you can make decisions outside of medical care, again, if they're incapacitated. And you'll hear stories about this, about people who do not have these documents in place and their child ends up in the hospital and there's nothing they can do at that point. There's a lot of fighting that goes on. So I wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. Feel free to share it with your employees. I know there's a lot of kids that are going back to school over the next couple days. Once you get these documents created, it's best to, now with technology and your smartphone, just go ahead and scan them and put them right on your phone, so if it ever happens, you're at the hospital, you can simply forward it right to the people and you're good to go. Wanted to pass this on. If you have any questions about it, I've dealt with them in the past, or we can certainly refer you out to some people if you need help creating those documents. You'll probably find a lot of them here too on the internet. But feel free to reach out to me if you got any questions. Otherwise, continue on with a great August, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.